just sit back and relax. It's my fantasy. I mean, I wouldn't call it a fantasy. It seems a little more erotic than I intend. But it's, for a guy that's done a show as long as I have, maybe just sitting back one show, not looking at the camera, not even answering any questions or talking, crossing his legs, sipping his water, just drinking some coffee without any words. Maybe they'd get expanded viewership. Maybe my audience would explode because the charm that I think is in my personality doesn't exist nearly as much as I thought. But maybe you guys just love my PJs and you tune in every day for my PJs or wondering what pajama pants I might be wearing. And if I'm just sitting here relaxing at 6:30 or whatever time it is, on a, I have to think about it, Wednesday morning, I don't know, I'll get a huge viewership, so much anticipation. This guy's totally comfortable in a silent pause. He must have great power or intuition or something, because he's just sitting there in red and black PJs and he's not saying a word. Certainly something great will come out of his mouth when he decides to open it. But alas, I have been speaking and ruining my whole strategy. Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday. I said it was Wednesday. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Judy. Well, I mean, I haven't had my coffee yet. I haven't even done my intro yet. Thank you, though, for correcting me and reminding me it's Tuesday. I would have gone about my Wednesday schedule and gotten in some trouble because I got some things to do on Tuesday, and if I thought it was Wednesday, I might not get them done. But good morning to you. Hello, Jimmy. Hello from Wichita, Kansas. I can't help but think about Kansas and think of the Wizard of Oz. I'm sure I'm not alone. I mean, there's some things noteworthy about Kansas historically. It's probably a nice place to be, I guess. But I can't help think about it when anybody ever says Kansas, picturing Dorothy and Auntie Em and the Scarecrow on the farm. Although he didn't go by the Scarecrow when he was on the farm. You know what I mean, though? Thank you for joining Dr. Seuss or Tara Lee and Wally Wallace. But again, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Tuesday morning, Judy reminded me. It's now about 6:39 a.m. It is April. Wow, this is going to get hard. It was the 20th on Saturday, 21st, 22nd. Could it be April 23rd? Could it be April 23rd? No, Saturday was I don't know. What is it, the 23rd? Is it the 23rd or 24th? I'm going to say it's probably the 24th. But anyway, happy, so it's the 23rd. Hey, I feel like I just gained a day in my life. I got a whole nother day out of me. I was thinking it was the 24th. Okay, well, awesome. And there's a reason. April 24th is somewhat significant to me. It's the day I broke through 1,000 subscribers on YouTube a year ago. And in the back of my mind, I've been kind of hoping to get to 3,200 by this April 24th. No real rhyme or reason. None at all, really, other than it's the next 100 ahead of me. And I thought, well, my original goal was to get to 3,000 subscribers over there by April 24th. But once I achieved that, you just set the bar a little higher. And you keep setting it higher till you eventually fail, which is a twisted view of a way to apply goals. So I should have probably landed at 3,000, but I'm hoping for 3,200. But if I get that, it would take some work in the next day and a half. Good morning, RJ. So happy Tuesday morning. This is a little show. What are we doing? I don't know, Jeff. What are you doing? I had somebody hop on going, Ken, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jeff? I'm sitting here about to have a sip of coffee, and I'm engaging with whatever audience hops on this morning. Um, Again, this is a show I've been doing quite some time. Uh, RJ wants to know if I've ever had a cinnamon Pop-Tart along with cinnamon dolce coffee. I don't believe that I have, but if I haven't, it's almost hard to imagine because I've certainly had a pumpkin pie Pop-Tart along with pumpkin spice coffee, but I don't remember, but I bet it would be really good. Yeah. So anyway, this is a show I've been doing for a while, Jeff. If this answers your question, it's about me talking. It's about sharing feelings and sharing thoughts and sharing fears and successes and failures and highs and lows and everything in the middle. That I started about 5 years ago on a different social media platform. Was doing it one day a month, but for some reason had so much fun doing, or excuse me, one day a week, but had so much fun doing it that I started doing it every day. And for a while, my audience was really growing. And I use these live videos to create shorts and reels and TikToks on various social media platforms and grow my audience. But I also use them as a way to, I don't know, kind of wake up, get my thoughts out, get my positivity on. Because oftentimes I'll wake and feel kind of long in the face. And but by the time I spend 15 minutes to 40 minutes of talk, and I'm usually smiling and caffeinated and ready to go. But speaking of caffeinated, it's not just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee, and this is going to be one dark cup of coffee because you hear the coffee maker, maybe you can't hear it, but it's just finishing behind me. And I thought I'd gotten it started, made my bed, went through some of my morning routine, and I looked out or down at a couple minutes before I wanted to go live and realized I hadn't actually started it. So I started it, pushed my start time back 5 minutes. I was ready to go live at 6:30 and stole the darkest bit of the pot of coffee from the bottom. So that's what I've got coming my way. But anyway, I'm looking forward to drinking it or taking that first sip. And my hope is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Ugh. Third day in a row, drinking the Sarah's Colombian coffee 222 or 722. Is it bold? Is it bold? I would say the Sumatra's bold. This one I'm still haven't put my head around. I haven't got my brain around this coffee and what it represents to me. No, I haven't, so I better drink some more. Am I sore today from doing max reps sets? Let me see. Let me see. I mean, not too sore. I feel good. I work out, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a week these days, and I've been doing it for about 8 months. And oftentimes I'll hop on live, seeing if anyone else gets inspired to work out a little bit or try and improve in any way. And this is what this show is. I think to me, it's a guy's journey for betterment or self-improvement or figuring out life or figuring out meaning and all that stuff. And I realized one aspect of that, and one of the easiest ways and most reliable ways to feel better and to improve yourself is by working out. I mean, I'll probably say that about 5 different things. I think going to church, I think praying, I think listening to positive affirmations, I think stopping drinking. I think if I had to nail 5 things down for the average person to do if they're looking to improve their life, it'd be go to church, pray, stop drinking, work out, and listen to positive affirmations. If I'm struggling with anxiety and want to fix it and be a little more calm and be a little more okay and be a little less worried, I do those 5 things. And they're 5 things I've really done a whole heck of a lot of, especially the last 8 months when it comes to working out. And anyway, after my workout, I hopped on live yesterday and talked about how my workout was a little shorter in time. I didn't have as much time, so I had to change my workout a little bit. And I normally do 4 sets at each exercise, but instead of that, I did what I call a max rep set, which is taking a lighter weight and usually about half what I normally work out at, and lifting it as many times as you can, and just calling it a day after one max rep set, and then going on to the next exercise. And I'll tell you what, it's really hard, and it kind of makes the workout a little more fun. And I think if you can make the workout fun and mix it up, and believe me, while I'm doing the workout, it's not fun. It's pretty darn painful. In the last, I don't know, 10 to 20 reps to 5 reps are quite hard. And you're barely, it feels like you're barely lifting weight, but your arms are barely able to move whatever exercise you're doing. And I think it tones your muscles and gives them endurance more than bulk and strengthens. And I could be wrong. I'm not a weightlifting expert, but I do enjoy going, and I know it feels good. And I know it's helped me a lot on my journey for, I don't know, life and finding the answer. Because there's been some days I've been driving around almost in stunned silence going, I don't know what to do. And a little voice inside my head said, keep driving. So I keep driving and I pull up to the gym, and then I go, I'm sitting behind the steering wheel and I go, I don't know what to do. And then a little voice inside my head says, put one foot in front of the other, or no, grab your workout bag, open car door, walk into gym, start working out. And I do. And usually in the first couple minutes, I start feeling a little better, and I go through my stretches, and I continue to feel grateful for life and my body and the gym and the weights and the people in it and the music playing and the years I have in my life. And I'll tell you what, once you start getting your mind into gratitude, it becomes kind of a fun game. And you saw me do it just there, run off 5 things that I was grateful for yesterday. And if I can do it about something where I was yesterday, I bet you can do it wherever you are right now. Wherever you are right now, if you're at home and bummed out or hungover or unemployed or rich and lonely or, whatever you're doing and whatever you're facing, I think if you find some things to be grateful for, I promise you it helps. So I'm going to be grateful for this next sip of coffee. What was for lunch yesterday? I should wait till more people tune in. I should send out some announcement that says, Ken's going to say what he had for lunch yesterday. Everybody tune in. But okay, I did bring it up in a video yesterday. I was... I have a Mariano's by where I live, and I'm not a great cook, and I really like salads with all the fixings. And when I say all the fixings, it usually means varieties of lettuce. And if I'm at home, I usually have iceberg lettuce because I'm a simple guy. But if I'm out, they've got like spinach and some purple stuff and some kale, which I don't usually add because it's a little crunchier than I want, and some other type of dark greeny, leafy thing. And I mix them all up. And then I go to the Mariano's, again, has a salad bar. You can buy it by the pound. And there's so many varieties of things you can add to your salad. But I'm kind of, I find what I like, and I really drive it into the ground till I don't like it anymore. And it happens with music, and it certainly happens with salad at the salad bar. And I probably talk out loud as I'm saying it and go, oh, I like crab meat in my salad, and I scoop up crab meat, a bunch of it. Then I go, hey, tuna's kind of really nice in a salad. I don't know what, it's probably high in protein. Plus, it's kind of an interesting flavor. I think the crab meat's asset is its texture. Uh, do I put a hard boiled egg in? No, I do not. And I'll tell you why. I don't add a hard boiled egg when I'm paying for my salad at Mariano's by the pound because it's a bad deal. Because eggs are so cheap. And hard boiled eggs, are dense. And great protein, great in a million different ways, but it's a bad deal. I bet you a hard boiled egg weighs like a third of a pound. And I don't know what one egg weighs, but I'll guess it's about a third of a pound. And that means it costs over $2.50. And you can buy a dozen eggs for $2.50. So anyway, I do not add the hard-boiled egg, although I'd like to. I go to the bacon bits and I throw them in, and some ham slices. Those are nice. Sometimes, if I'm not feeling lucky in the world of love, I'll add onions to a salad, but because I think onions taste delicious, but they kind of add a oniony breath for you the rest of the day, which I don't like to have. And Sandra Lynn wants to know about olives. And oh yes, I finish it off with a nice layer of black olives on my salad. I actually did add some green olives yesterday just to mix it up, but I prefer the black olives. Ooh, I forgot one key thing, and it's key because I love the taste, and it's a great value, is I load up with blue cheese. And I don't mean blue cheese dressing. I would if they would have it at Mariano's, but they don't. I don't know why. But I load up with actual blue cheese, the crumbles, because I think it tastes great. It's so unusually flavored, even though I eat it so often. And also very expensive when purchased by the pound. Next time, hey, a little tip for you Mariano's shoppers. Next time you need blue cheese, instead of buying it at the cheese section, go to the salad bar because it'll only cost you $7.99 a pound, and I bet it's $20 a pound at the cheese section. Do you put dressing on the side? Well, you can put it in. You can either buy it at 75 cents or kind of use it as a weighted thing in a little cup, or dump it on your salad. And yesterday, I actually dumped it on my salad. Usually I'll put it in a cup and then pour some on as I go. But for some reason, I just went all out and put it right on the salad. And it was some sort of, I don't know, their salad dressings are kind of confusing. They don't have typical, like a normal Italian or a normal French or a normal Thousand Island or blue cheese or ranch. They have all these kind of strange ones. Top 5 dressings. Well, I'm going to go with blue cheese as my number 1. I'm going to go with ranch as my number 2 just because it's so versatile. I'm going to go with Italian because I think Italian dressing, I don't know, it's just a staple that you need. Is it called Russian? It's like a dark red. Is it Russian or... I think it's called Russian. It's really tasty. It's almost sweet and tangy. I'm going to throw that in as number 4. And I don't know. Because I can't think of a 5th. I'll say a balsamic vinaigrette. How about that? So, fries dipped in blue cheese dressing. So good. Sandra Lynn, in that same vein, I like my fries dipped in mayonnaise. Yeah, blue cheese dressing's awesome. And there's something about blue cheese. Blue cheese olives. I don't drink alcohol anymore, as most of you know. But what I did, yeah, I'm thinking of drinking a martini. I don't know why people drink martinis. I don't know why people drink. I mean, I know why I drank martinis. Was to get to that blue cheese olive at the end. And I don't know. If anybody's struggling with sobriety out there, I'd recommend thinking about a martini. It's nasty. It's kind of like when you catch your kids smoking cigarettes and you make them smoke a whole pack to make them sick. I think you could do that with a martini. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's vodka and like sweet vermouth or something like that. But I think you're just putting a splash of vermouth so you don't call it a vodka. What makes it a dirty martini? Well, RJ, I've never been a bartender, but I've hung out at bars enough that I believe a dirty martini is when you put some olive juice in it. Is that correct? I think it is. Old fashioned, RJ wants to know. Yeah, those were good. Those were super strong. I don't know, and I hate to use the term in this politically correct world, but I'd consider an old fashioned really a man's drink, and or a Manhattan. Kind of reminds me when my dad used to be a heavier drinker, and we'd go out and he'd want to order a fancy drink. He'd get a Manhattan, and again, that's probably too strong. An old fashioned to me. I don't know, seems kind of fruitier and friendlier, almost akin to a Mai Tai, if you will. It's funny, so much of the show I do talk about sobriety, and now I'm talking about booze. It's probably causing some of you out there to want to go have a drink. Speaking of that, I have a phone interview today at 11:30, and it'll be an interesting opportunity for me. I really am and continue to pouring my heart into content creation because it kind of found me 2.5 years ago, or 5 years ago, excuse me, and I found it before I ever even heard it was a thing. And I just started doing it because I needed to do it. And I've been doing it for 5 years, but really focused for the last 2.5 years. I had somebody message me today on Instagram, I think, and say, "Hey, do you think creating content or doing your videos is good for you?" Because he looked at it both ways. You could look at it as a job or work, or you could look at it as therapy and an open ear to talk to. And for me, I have always looked at it as therapy, even though I want to do it full time and love to get earnings and revenue and increase my viewership. I've always looked at it as kind of therapy and companionship for a guy with an overactive mind. And I think that's why my videos come out, I would hope they come out fairly genuine because it's just me talking. And it's just me talking during live videos for most of them. And, you don't make a haste like this. If you're planning a script about how to make a martini, you're never going to go, in it. But that's what comes out for me. So I know there's value in it for me. I know there's value in it for me, and I hope there's value for the viewers. However, money's tight, as it is for a lot of people. I was looking at some housing yesterday, and there's a perfect home in this neighborhood close to downtown that's $3,300 a month for rent. And the thought of spending $3,300 a month for rent, although it would be perfect as a twice divorced dad with 2 beautiful babies that he'd love to have a room set up for each because it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm going to get teary-eyed. The thought of paying $3,300 a month in rent seems so crazy or so high or so expensive. That's $37,000 or no, almost $40,000 a year in rent. It's hard to imagine. But anyway, speaking of which, and I'll get to the opportunity in a minute, but I was flipping through videos sometime during the night, and I must say this intrigued me. There was a guy that took out the passenger seat and the rear seat of his car, and I forget what type of car it was. I assume you could do it with any car, but I'd feel bad doing it with a nice car. But anyway, and put down these 2x4 frame and put some plywood over it, and rolled some foam out and kicked out the back storage section so he could fully extend. And he made what looked like a nice little traveling bed out of in his car. And I was thinking, wow. I mean, when the choice is, $3,300 a month in rent, or, and honestly, he goes to a Planet Fitness where I work out in showers. So I bet the dude's in great shape, or he just showers there. Either way, he only spends $10 a month. He saves himself $3,300 a month, which is an income. I worked at Super Target for 7 months last year. I made like $14,000. And at the time, wow, I don't know if I want to talk about it, but I was paying more than I was making in expenses and rent and various other things. So, it made it seem possible and not seem that bad. And with the cost of living like it is, no wonder so many, I don't even know what gen we are today, but young kids are becoming disillusioned with the American dream and with the world, and living in their cars or living in their vans or taking showers at Planet Fitness or finding ways to live life cheaper. Because if I was a 20-year-old or 21-year-old coming out of college today and was told, chase the American dream, get a job, get promoted, work 40 or 50 hours a day for the rest of my life and save and be smart and buy a house and get a picket fence, and when I'm 65, I'll have enough saved for retirement, I think I'd feel a little disillusioned too. And looking back on life as a 55-year-old guy, I've got friends that are living the dream and have built up nice careers and are extremely successful and work really hard and have a nice house or have a nice car and have nice things. And I've had all those things as well. But the thought of selling a good chunk of your life to acquire things, I don't know, it's hard to accept for me right now. And again, I was a stockbroker for 10 years. I was a realtor for 17 years. I bounced around for about 5 years. And maybe that's a little bit why I, at 55 years old, am having a hard time finding steady, solid, high-paying employment, because I'm confused about the concept of spending the next 20 years of my life working behind a desk all day long so I can come home and watch TV for 2 hours and go to sleep and do it again the next day. And maybe that's why I'm chasing this dream, even if it is a dream, of content creation. And because I think I can live the life I want to. I can live the life I want to and do the things that I believe matters, because I don't think anything I did really was that relevant in my 17 years in real estate. And I know nothing I did while I was a stockbroker was really relevant to the world or to society as a whole, other than padding my wallet and giving me a big paycheck. And I'd like the last years of my life to mean something. And I think when I'm creating content and engaging an audience on live social media platforms, that it matters. Yeah. However, there's still bills to pay. And an opportunity that seems so far-fetched that a buddy brought up to me the other day. And it would involve a move, and it would involve, on the outset, a job that I don't think I'd be super excited about, but the environment around that job could provide me exactly what I need to take care of my responsibilities, to set myself up in a position that would be okay in a beautiful, beautiful setting where I could cover my financial responsibilities. I could do a job that I've done before and I know I'm pretty good at, and continue to pour my heart and soul into content creation and get my feet under me. And just the thought of all those things kind of gives me the chills because it is out of state. And that would be ridiculous saying hard for me because I've lived my life in Illinois. But I think God works in mysterious ways, and sometimes our path leads us in surprising directions, unexpected directions, because that's the way we were meant to go. And I'm not going to say what state, I'm not going to say what I'd be doing, because it's just a phone interview. It's just a phone interview. But I think it'd be kind of fun. I think it'd be such a different change for me. You know, they might pick up the phone and not like my voice and say, hell no, or you're too old, or you're too bald, or you're too tall, or you're too short, or you're too skinny, or you're too whatever. We don't want you. So I don't want you guys all holding your breath, but I'm kind of not holding my breath, but I think it would be an answer to what's been weighing on me over the last couple of years. And again, allow me to take care of my financial responsibilities in a less stressful way, in a more organized way, and do what I have to do in a place that I think I would enjoy being. And I'm excited about that. And that is today. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to my day, and I'm looking forward to drinking some more coffee, and I'm looking forward to clipping some more videos, and I'm looking forward to maybe going out for a nice walk around the neighborhood. I think it looks like it's going to be a pretty day, although it looks kind of overcast. And you guys are asking for clues. You guys are asking for clues. Would I still enjoy my seasons? I love my seasons. I'll promise you, it's not being a lifeguard on the beach in Florida. I could never do beach. I could never do beach. I could never be a lifeguard. I'd be so bored. I used to lay out and get tan, but I never lay it out that much. I don't like heat or sitting by the pool. I like swimming and frolicking and looking at women in bikinis. And getting tan, but I don't like laying out and being hot and being sandy and being gritty. So unlike Ken from the Barbie movie, I could never do beach. So yeah, it's not on a beach. But anyway, it's Tuesday morning. What time is it? I've talked for about half an hour. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today and being a part of my show. We have had a nice audience today. I hope if you're new to my page, you tune in, you subscribe. Again, I try and go live most mornings. Most mornings I don't want to. I'm usually a little grumpy or comfortable or feel like I got too much going on. And I always feel a little better as I talk and get stuff off my chest and get stuff out of my mind. And I appreciate you for following along today and being part of my journey, and for all the engagement, and for sharing a cup of coffee with me on this Tuesday morning. I hope you're having your week started off great yesterday. I hope you're feeling good. Hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. I hope you are loving yourself, and I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.